All right, we're going to continue with a video on this second warm-up question. Again, this is a review from previous units. We'll try to get through this one a little bit quicker than the last one. So, without further ado, let's get started. My first step is going to be to distribute. I see a parentheses. I see I have a negative sign in front of my parentheses. So I'm going to distribute that negative sign, which is really a -1, which if you want to write that in, you can and you should. So I have a -1 that I'm going to distribute to both terms in the parentheses. And all that is going to end up doing is switching the signs of the terms inside the parentheses. So when I rewrite this, I have my 9 that's out front. That's just going to get rewritten. It drops down. So I have a 9 minus x. -1 times -1 is +1. The x starts out as positive in the parentheses. It then becomes a negative since it's being multiplied by -1. The -1 is in the parentheses. It becomes a +1 once that -1 gets distributed to both terms in the parentheses there. So that negative is just flipping the signs of the terms inside the parentheses. Everything else now is just going to drop down. I'm not going to do any math or combining or anything else. I'm just dropping everything else down. So minus 4x equals 4x plus 3x plus 10 minus 2x. Now, before I start moving terms from the left side to the right side of the equal sign, I'm going to combine like terms that are on the same side of the equal sign. So I have a 9, a +9 on the left side of the equal sign. I also have a +1 on the left side of the equal sign. 9 plus 1 is 10. I have a -x, -1x on the left side of the equal sign, and I have a -4x on the left side of the equal sign. -x, -1x minus 4x is -5x. Please use your calculators if negative numbers and subtraction and all that kind of stuff trips you up. There is nothing wrong with using your calculators. Now I'm going to move over to the right-hand side of my equal sign. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to combine like terms. I have a 10 over on the right side of the equal sign. I look at all my other terms on the right side of the equal sign. I don't have any other constant terms. That means a term that is just a number. Right? It doesn't have any variable attached to it. All the other terms on the right side of the equal sign have a variable attached to the number. So I can combine all of those variable terms. So I have a 4x, I have a 3x, and I have a -2x. And again, if you want to use your calculator when you're adding up a bunch of numbers with different signs, 4 plus 3 minus 2, enter, is going to be 5. So I have a +5x on the right, and my +10 drops down. I'm going to rewrite this part of the equation. I'm going to rewrite this down here to give myself some more room to work. 10 minus 5x equals 5x plus 10. I want to have my x's, my variable terms, on the left side of the equal sign and my constant terms on the right side of the equal sign. I have a -5x on the left side. That will remain, but if I look on the right side, I have a 5x, so I want that to be over on the left side. It's a +5x, so I move a +5x by doing the opposite operation, which is subtraction. minus 5x. What I do on one side of the equal sign, I must do to the other side of the equal sign. So minus 5x. Oof. Okay, my 10 just drops down. Negative 5x minus 5x is negative 10x. Again, if negatives give you trouble, please use your calculator. 5x minus 5x, those cancel, right? That goes away. And then I have a plus 10 on the right side of my equal sign. I want to move the 10 that is on the left side of my equal sign over to the right. That's a constant term, the number 10 without an x. And so all of those have to be on the right side of my equal sign. It's a positive 10, so I'm going to do the opposite of that, which is minus 10. What I do on one side of the equal sign, I have to do to the other, so minus 10. On the left side, those 10s cancel, so I have negative 10x equals 10 minus 10 is 0. Zeros are okay. We don't need to be scared if it's a 0. I have negative 10x equals 0. I want to know what 1x equals, so I have to divide. Right? I have to do the opposite operation. The negative 10 and the x are being multiplied together, so I'm doing the opposite operation, which is division. So I'm dividing by negative 10. What I do on one side of the equal sign, I do to the other, divide by negative 10. Again, if you're unsure, you can use your calculator, but 0 divided by anything is always going to be 0. You can punch that into your calculator. 0 divided by negative 10 equals 0. So x equals 0. So my answer is B, 0. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this is helpful. I will continue with this throughout this note packet. So if you have questions, please see me in class. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in.